is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a marvelous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, I'm looking at the picture of these four people: Kamala, Nikki Haley, Bobby Jindal, and Vivek Ramaswamy, all of Indian descent, only one with an admixture of black and Indian, and the one with the admixture of black and Indian has actually ascended to the highest level of the United States government, and I'm guessing they're wondering, how did she do that? Well, it's a long story. It started with an Indian mother who migrated to the United States to go to school and decided she didn't want to go back to India to an arranged marriage where she might end up being married to somebody like Dinesh D'Souza. So she decided to stay here, and she fell in love. She fell in love with a Jamaican, and I'll leave it at that. And she had 2 daughters, and she decided still not to go back to India. So she raised those 2 daughters as if they were black. Now, she saw something in black people. Regardless of what anybody says, what anybody thinks, she saw something in black people that she wanted for her children. And I'll take it a step further. Nikki Haley's daughter is married to a black man. With her blessings, evidently. She's at the wedding, laughing and grinning and having a good time. There's something that they're seeing in black people. Many of the immigrants come to the United States and they get as far away from black Americans as they can get because they believe the stereotypes, they believe the propaganda, and they believe that the closer they can get to white people, the better. And that's what they try to do. But there are people who are fascinated with the history of black Americans. It is very unusual for people to come out of slavery and have the impact on a society that we have had and continue to have on the American society. So many people are fascinated with that. So they all wanted to be president of the United States. Nikki Haley, Bobby Jindal, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Kamala Harris. Kamala is the one that's in striking distance. The other 3 didn't even get close. So they have to be scratching their heads and wondering why, what happened. Maybe one day they will figure out the black effect. Nikki Haley's father taught at an HBCU, but she went to Clemson, which is a PWI. Kamala Harris's mother taught at a PWI, but she went to an HBCU. She went to school at Howard. So there you begin to see a difference. One of them made an effort to assimilate into black American culture. The other 3 did not. And the black American culture is what helped catapult her to where she is now. Am I right? Am I right about it? Ramaswamy is the one that I'm going to focus on for the rest of this video. Ramaswamy makes surprise appearance at Democratic convention. Former GOP presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy made a surprise appearance on the final day of the Democratic National Convention, just hours before Vice President Harris is set to take the stage. I held a conference open to the public, open to the press earlier today, where I laid out an alternative vision, the vision that not only our party, but the America First movement and Donald Trump stands for, to give voters that choice, Ramaswamy said when asked by The Hill what his goal was in attending the convention. The fact of the matter is he didn't have any business at that convention, but he was there out of curiosity, I can just assume. He wanted to know still, how did she get here? How did she get there before me? When I played by the rules, I sucked up to the Republicans, even Donald Trump. I put a lot of money into my campaign, and here she is, the vice president already, and now the nominee for the Democratic Party. How in the world did she do that? That's why he's there, because he's there out of curiosity, because he can't figure it out. And he was there to call on Kamala Harris to offer her own vision. Let's see if she does it tonight, he added. Well, that was when she was supposed to do it. So again, what is he doing there? Moving on, he noted that he was at the convention for a few hours and was committed to doing some interviews, saying he believed in open debate. He also noted that he had spent some time with the protesters in the city. The beauty of this country is you get to express your opinion. Whether or not I agree with it, you get to express your opinion. That's what a lot of the protesters outside were doing, Ramaswamy said. And you know what? We're not in this just to lead the people who agree with us. We're in this to lead an entire country. And that's what I wanted to show by being here, is we believe in open debate, he said. We can do it respectfully. You can do it peacefully. Yes, you surely can. But that's not why he's there. He's there because that's where the action is. And probably because he has some admiration for Kamala Harris, because she was able to do something that he was not able to do and probably never will be able to do. Ramaswamy ran against former President Trump in the GOP presidential primary, later exiting the race and endorsing him. Ramaswamy, who is from Ohio, suggested potential interest in a run for Senate if J.D. Vance, Republican Ohio, is elected with Trump in November, which would leave his seat open. Yeah, that would be a good place for him to start. Run for the Senate. He might win. Probably not, but he might. Well, what we can say is that these very successful children of Indian immigrants are very ambitious, and they see the ultimate prize as being the President of the United States, and they've been willing to go for it. But they really didn't see a clear path. Now, I don't know that Kamala's mother saw this, envisioned this in her mind, but she prepared her daughter, and she put her daughter in an environment where she could be accepted. Now it seems to be unpopular for black people now to embrace other groups of people or accept or be accepting of other groups of people. I don't see that as a weakness. I see it as a strength. But I do believe that by Kamala assimilating into black American culture, it helped her to understand not only black Americans, but white Americans too. And I do find it ironic that the three on the right did everything they could to assimilate into white culture and didn't get as far as the person who did not. And maybe one day they will figure that out. Okay, y'all, let me know what you think about the video. Thank you for listening and have a good evening.